Hello, everyone. I'm Johnna with Johnna's Journey. So I hope everyone's having a great Friday, a great start to your Friday, great start to the Labor Day weekend. Hey, Patty, how are you? I hope you're having a great Friday so far. Taking a break. Oh, thank you. Hello, we just came in for a break. Good. Yeah, I thought I would just come on for a little bit this afternoon since I'll be going tonight. It was just going to be easier on me. So, hey, and yes, hello, Lenora. I don't even think I said that. I don't even think I said hello. Sorry about that. Hello, Lenora. So, anyway, so I tried to get halfway ready before I came on so then I wouldn't have that much to do whenever I got off of here. So, and I've already crocheted this sleeve halfway twice prior to coming on here because I'm messing it up somehow. So I'm trying to do it exactly like the other sleeve, and it's on this Howdy t-shirt. So I know I don't have enough to do the complete sleeve, but I would like to at least get it, to that point, and then whenever I do get some more of the gray, because I'm going to have to go back to Hobby Lobby to get some more gray, so I'm just doing the same sleeve as what I did over here. So, I think what I am going to do is just go ahead and start the granny square, since I don't have enough to finish the sleeve. It's funny because I never think anything of it because we always just start talking. Yeah, I know. But it's the nice thing to do. It's the nice gesture, so. Oh, I just got notified of my own video from last night as a recommendation to myself. Interesting. Okay. So, anyway, I take it it's beautiful weather in everyone's world today, so I hope so. It is here. Everybody's getting out in their yards. Our neighbors are over. That tree that fell down here at that one storm, that tornado that came through, and it took out that tree and stuff here by us and some other stuff. He's finally just now getting a chance to get out there and work on it and get it done. So he's out there getting it chopped up and burning some of it too. So, but Luna, of course, she's been having to go over there and bark at him, and it's like, leave him alone. That is his yard, not yours. He's doing what he's supposed to do right now. Don't worry about him. So she's acting her usual self, and again, she's acting perfectly fine. We got her blood work back. So the vet came in and she was like, I have nothing but good news. And I was like, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. She was like, she's perfect. She was like, all of her blood work is perfect. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. She was like, no. She was like, look at her kidney levels. She was like, they're perfect. They're everything. Even her creatinine, or however you pronounce that, everything was good. Her glucose was like 2 points high, but she had also just got done eating and stuff too. And she also said too, it could be from stress a little bit too. And I was like, well, she does get anxious coming here, and she does get anxious of an evening. She is an anxious dog, so I was very happy, very, very happy. So, and I had been led the whole time that she was fine, but I still felt like being fine in the fact of, yes, I still need to follow through. If anything, have the blood work as a baseline because she will be 9 years old her birthday. And that's why I told the vet, and she agreed. She was like, yes, if anything, get her in here. We have a baseline now. So as she is aging, we'll have something to go by if there's any indicators of anything and all that. So we did all the right things, and she got her nails done. And it was so funny because they said, we always do a fun little game. She was like, and today she was like, we were back here and she was like, we were trying to guess who the talker was this morning. And they said, we got the breed right because we said it either had, she said, we said that it either had to be a pit or a pit mix. And I was like, you're right. Because she even mentioned pit lab. And I was like, yeah, you're right. She goes, the only thing we didn't have right was the color. She was like, we were thinking she was lighter colored. None of us thought black. So I was like, so yeah, and they got a kick out of her. And that's everybody that came in was like, oh, she's a talker. And I was like, yeah, she's a talker. She barks, but she is a talker. And she will let everybody in the room, everything. It was hilarious. We were out going through one of the sheds. Tell me why we had 30 fishing poles and not one of us fish even occasionally. Oh my gosh. That is hilarious. And the thing is, we have all fishers here. And Gray and Whitney and Sam were going to go fishing the other day. Couldn't find a fishing pole. Sam's, he had his and he's tackling everything. But couldn't find any other fishing poles. So they had to run to town to get Gray a fishing pole. So we could have used one of your, if you were my neighbor, I could have maybe come over and said, hey, do you have an extra fishing pole? Hey, Mark, how are you? I got your message earlier today. Hey, Cindy, how are you? Oh, thank you. Thank you, Cindy. It is one that I made. It was actually last season, one of them that I made. So, and I love the color and I hadn't sold it yet. So I was like, I'm claiming that. Well, Lenora, did I hear fishing poles? Yeah. I'm glad you're doing great, Mark. I swept down the porch, cut up a watermelon, cooked 2 meals. Next is dust, sweep, and mop. Oh boy, you have been on it today, Patty. Yes, Cindy, we had a bunch of old rods and reels. Oh my gosh. Isn't it amazing what you start finding whenever you start digging through stuff and whatever? I mean, even with us out there in the garage, it was just like, and I found that bag of yarn. I'm telling you what, I do not remember putting that bag of yarn out there. I don't know if I took it out there and thought that I put it in the car for donation or something or what, but like I said, it's been out there way too long, and with the moisture and everything, there was like, no. It wasn't even going to be to the point that I could have made something and laundered it at all. So I was sad about that because it was a bunch of blue. It was like I had organized into colors, which I do remember doing that at one time of, dividing everything out. But yeah. I have a problem. Acquisition syndrome. Oh gosh. Yes, we do understand. We do understand, Travis. Yes. It is called a yarn stash. That is exactly right. Lenora is exactly on point with that. But I have some colors picked out here. This was a ball I got for 50 cents thrifting, and it's cotton. I love this color of this blue. Then I have another one of this a little bit darker blue. Then I have a light blue, baby blue. And then I do have some variegated of the gray and white, different grays and stuff. I love this, and I don't know if I'll ever be able to get it again. And then I have some of the dusty rose, I think, or just rose. Yes, it's rose pink. So this is, again, what the Howdy t-shirt in the back looks like with all those different colors. So I'm going to do a mix. I'm going to do a mix of the blues and the rose. And I think what I'm going to do first, I've already started the rose color. And then I think I'm going to put a row of this around. And then I'll decide what blues I want to add to it. I'm going to kind of look at it. I don't know. I'm going to see what this looks like. It may not make the cut, but I'm going to give it a try. So we'll see. So I love the colors that are in here. And I had a variegated that I thought I was going to be able to use, but it has like more purples and stuff in it. This is all pink. And not that the purple would look bad, but I put it up against it and I wasn't feeling it. It wasn't telling me, use me. So I'm foregoing that, and I went through these and found these. So I am to receive my 60 balls of wool tomorrow. Oh, awesome, Patty. Isn't that going to just feel kind of like Christmas? I am new to the YouTube yarn community, so I'm getting inspiration from watching fellow YouTubers. Oh, that's, you know what, Mark? That's what we all do. You know, it doesn't matter if you're seasoned or not. You know, it's amazing, all the crochet community, you know, and everybody has their different styles and techniques and everything. It's amazing. So you're going to be overwhelmed probably with as much as what you'll find. But it'll be a good overwhelm, you know, but an overwhelm all the same. So have you ever done the big crochet with your hands? Yes, I have, Cindy. I have a blanket downstairs on our antique sleigh bed that I made a blanket for down there. It's down there. It's a big one with a nice fluffy yarn. It turned out really cute. I really like it. I did that probably, was it a year ago maybe that I did that? I know it's been at least a year. I think I was on YouTube at that time, or it might have been right before I started it. I don't remember. But I know it's been at least a year. So welcome, Cindy. There's Travis. Poor Cindy's going to get called Travis a lot. A light green in the shirt decal too. Yes, it's a very faint green, and I did have one pulled out, but with what I have here, I think I'm going to stick with the blues, but I did pull one out. I pulled out a mint green in case I didn't have, you know, some of my blues here. So you never know. It may end up making the cut if this one doesn't. Never know. It's laying out here as an in case. So, but you are right. There is faint kind of on the sides and a little bit kind of in her t-shirt, or well, not t-shirt, but you know, her shirt and stuff. So yeah, and in the tail, there's a little bit. So yeah. So yeah, I have it sitting over here to the side too. I only have a few videos up, still trying to get used to the camera. Yeah, I went into yours today, Mark, and seen, and I watched your introduction, but I hadn't gone any further because it was getting too close to time for me to come online. So I'm going to go back in. I'm going to go back in and watch. And yeah, it just takes time, and the more you do it, you won't even think anything about it. You won't even think anything about it. And just be yourself, you know? Just be yourself. Because I was real nervous. If you watch some of my earlier ones, it's way different. I haven't went back really and watched any of my first ones or anything yet, and I probably should. But we have a lot of fun, so. Hey, Trish, how are you? 7 a.m. Saturday morning here in New Zealand. I'm still in bed. Oh my goodness. Well, what a way to wake up, right? So good morning and welcome. See, oh my goodness. I don't know. Mango may show up here after bed. I don't know. I went into their YouTube last night too for a little bit. Is Mango done with the blank? Thanks for checking me out. Oh, no problem, Mark. I always want to check fellow crocheters out, crafters, whatever. I'm all about it. So I still get so nervous. Aw. Come on, people, hit the like button. This isn't adding up. Yeah, and I mean, I usually just don't get nervous anymore, really. I really don't. I mean, I just get on here. There's sometimes I'm kind of like, don't know what we're going to do today, you know, and if I'm working on stuff, then it's easy, but sometimes it's like I'm in a lull a little bit, you know. So I always check out who's on YouTube before I get up, because then I get busy with breakfast and shower, etc. Right? Yeah, I understand that. Whenever you get started with your day, then it's harder to check in with everybody, isn't it? I still am nervous a little bit sometimes. Yeah. I guess it's just that I have, my community really is, it's, you know, it's the people that always keep coming back and stuff, so I kind of know how everyone is. And yes, we're getting new ones and stuff too, you know, but it just seems like it just kind of flows, and I just don't worry about it. I just don't think about it. You need a nap? Were you up too late last night, Travis? You keep getting kicked out. Well, maybe that's why. If there's something with that, that wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me. Nothing surprises me right now with the YouTube thing, to tell you the truth. And I'm just not worrying about it. I'm just not worrying about it. Cindy kept you up all night? Are you sure? Sometimes my chat gets crazy and busy. Oh, yes. Your chat, Cindy, definitely does. It definitely does. You have a busy chat. So I could see how that would be a little bit, make a little bit nervous. I slept. I told you she was a brat. I think you're telling stories. Are you telling stories? Sorry, Johnna, it did this last night too. You see? No need to apologize to me. I don't know what's going on with it. So I think someone had too late of a night. So yeah, any more with the whole YouTube thing? I don't know. I don't know. I'm at a loss for so much. And there's no answers anywhere. There really isn't. No answers, because they're not even fessing up to it whenever I've looked stuff up, for them to even say that there was even any glitches going on when we know there was. And people being told that there were glitches going on. So, and even way bigger YouTubers than me having trouble and glitches going on. So, and I think it's still happening, quite frankly. So, because there's a lot of people that they're not making the money that they were before and stuff. I mean, it's quite evident. And even other really big YouTubers, they were doing better when they first started monetarily than what they are now, and they're way bigger and have thousands, hundreds of thousands of viewers, you know, now, or subscribers, you know. And they even say, you know, it's finicky, you know, even, you know, back in the day when they were first starting. But yeah, you think about back during virus time, you know, when everybody was at home, I'm sure everybody, you know, it was going nuts back then, I'm sure, because everybody was at home, you know. So, but now I think it's just gotten too big. I don't think they can pay people like they could before. I think that has a lot to do with it, you know. And I mean, that's the way, you know, you do make money on here, is from the ads, you know. And if the people watch your ads And so I always try, I don't like watching them. And usually it's just like watching a commercial on TV. It's like, okay, break time. Because, I want to support my people, I don't like watching them either, but like I said, I usually just muscle through it, whatever, because, you know, I want to help people. But even with that, I think with them having to pay and do on their end, and even with all the percentage that they take, I mean, because I maybe get half of what, maybe, of what, maybe a little more than half, but not much, so, and I'm not making anything. I'm not, but the one thing is though too, I didn't come into this to be rich and whatever thinking I was going to get me a big old cash cow at all. That's not why I did it. So, and I just said, if I make an income off of it, it'll be a bonus. Be a bonus. So, Patty, are you using the 3 dots to do it? I woke up at 1:30 and been up ever since. 1:30? Oh my gosh, so you just couldn't sleep, Travis? Nope, thanks. Thumbs up now. Bless you. Oh, there, you got it to work. Too late of a nap. Remember, he just woke up. That's right. I forgot about that, Lenora. He had just woke up. So, yeah. Did you send Cindy the PayPal request? No, I have not, because I had not been back into email to see if you had PayPal. So I had not been back in my email yet. So I will get something done. Yeah. So I will send the request. I need to weigh it and stuff and figure out for postage, and then I can get her an amount. Okay, Cindy, thank you. So yeah, I'll get it. I may even be able to get it sent tomorrow. We'll see. If not, it'll be Tuesday. So I've not been freaking out about my stuff really anymore. I wasn't freaking out, but it was more like, okay, I want to know what's happening so then I can try to fix it. But I was focusing on it way too much to where it was starting to bother me that way. And I was like, nope, I'm stopping, not doing it. And so that's where I've sat, and I am like, okay, we'll just do what we've been doing. That's what keeps being laid on me. Just keep doing what you're doing. I was like, okay, I can do that. My blanket is going to be so warm. Oh, it's going to be nice, Cindy. It's going to be nice. She's trying to get me to get to moving to go fishing. I'm going to start asking him every day if he's done with it. Yes, you do. You need to get daily updates a couple of times a day. Check in with him a couple times a day and see if he's done. But I'm working on a granny square right now. Granny square to make a pocket out of it to put on this Howdy t-shirt that I've been putting the sleeves on. Because I'm not going to have enough gray to finish the sleeve. So I'm in the process, but I know I don't have enough. But I do have this sleeve done. So the pocket is going to go over this right here to cover up that emblem there. Okay, so I think I'll go darker because I don't want to do dark on dark necessarily for the outline for the last row. So we'll do this one first. And you know, guys, let's make it and then 20 times before I'm satisfied with it. Yep, I already have my colors out. I got pink. Pink is my center. And then I did a variegated gray. And now I'm doing a darker blue. Oh, that tree smoke is like, oh boy. How are you during the circle? I do a magic ring for the beginning of my granny square. No. Nobody's paying attention to me today. I've held up the t-shirt about 5 times. I'm crocheting the granny square pocket. So this is the granny square and all my colors that I picked. Having on reserve. I think Patty was the only one that's been up to speed. And then I have the green just in case. You also want a duster? The granny square duster? You're not going outside right now, though. I'm sorry. Okay, that's what I thought, and then went on hold. Hey, you're fine. Believe me, you're fine. I've had a million trillion moments on here, as you know. They are so pretty. They are so pretty. She can't have a duster? Why can't she have a duster? Hey, we tried to get Travis to make you one. Yes, and he could. He could totally make you one. No, Cindy, the one that I will have to show eventually is the one we're working on. I've got these squares done so far, and then this is the back panel for mine that I chose to do. I wanted to do it in a brown and a linen to incorporate that with some colors, but I didn't have enough linen because I'm not buying anything for this one. So I chose to do grays, but then also alternate the gray between the colors. So this is the back panel. And then the colors I hadn't got to yet on the big panel, I started incorporating at the center and working out and then resuming with what's in the big panel. So this is the sleeve, the start of a sleeve. And I just made two, I've got 2 sleeves in, made the same colorway, so. So it's 60 granny squares, I think is what Lenora told me. 60, and then there was like 1 or 2 half grannies or something, so. Don't be trying to get me to stay that busy. They're pretty colors. Well, thank you, Cindy. He'd probably have it half done for as far as he's made it on the blanket. Oh, yeah. I can stretch this blanket out a long time. No, don't stretch it out. Thank you, Mark. If she wants to dust, she could Travis, I'll put my cold feet on you. It's okay. Just the house. Well, but this is the picture. I'll try to put it on the green screen if it'll come through. Sometimes if I have too much in the back. But that's what it's going to look like, Cindy, is that kind of like that. And I couldn't remember if you were here when we had showed it before. Are you not going yet? Oh shoot, no, where's my green screen? There it is. Get her a duster with feathers. Oh my gosh. But I did get this other poncho done today. I got the last 2 rows finished and I got my ends woven in, so it's finished now. And now I just need to get everything, my descriptions done and stuff, and get all of that stuff on Whatnot now. And up on my Facebook. I can make my own duster, Travis. Hey, there you go, because you know how to crochet too, right? Is that duster waterproof? Oh, I'm sure you could get some kind of something to crochet it with to make it waterproof. It may not be real comfy, it may, but hey, you give it a try. Stop fishing and start crocheting. Or I guess you can just take your crochet with you and while you're waiting on a bite, you know. Okay, now I'm gonna go with this medium blue. I just love this blue. I don't know. It just kind of reminds me of kind of like a, I don't know what I want to call it, what era. Kind of during Civil War era type. There, and actually, I think this is kind of similar to the color that Sam chose to put in his bedroom. And it was called some kind of military name. Colonial blue or something maybe? But I don't know. There's just something about that blue. I really like it. So these are the colors so far. So I'm adding the medium blue now. Howdy, what you working on? Oh, 63 squares? Okay. I couldn't remember exactly what you told me. I remembered it was in the 60s. Anyway. So I got 59 squares to go. Or 60. No, 59. Yeah, so like I said, granny squares for days. But I like granny squares. I don't, ask me after I'm done with this if I still like them, I guess. Oh, Pokemon Snuggler. Cute. I'll have to see that when you're done. The boys were all about Pokemon. They still have so much of their Pokemon stuff. They still have their big, like, floor pillows. Do 163. Yeah, we'll see about that. We'll see about that. Okay. I have problems with tension on my yarn. Any tips? Just play with how you wrap it around your fingers. Some people don't wrap it, you know, around their pinky. I always wrap mine, like scoop it up and then go under and do it like that. Sometimes that's too tight for some people, and I do tend to crochet a little bit on the tighter side. So sometimes if I feel like I'm getting too tight, then I just let up a little bit, let it lag a little bit in between here. But I would just play with how you do it, because sometimes people just hold it. That about drives me crazy though, because it's like, oh my gosh, you're gonna lose control. But that's the way they want to do it. That's not me. So, you know, sometimes people just want to hold it. Yeah. So yeah, you just have to give it more give. And that's what I have to stop and do myself. Do you sew the edges of the shirts prior to preparing the holes to crochet? No, I don't. I think some people have, but I do not. Because the t-shirt material, it rolls. It just rolls. So you don't even have to worry about it. You don't even see it. See, it just kind of naturally just stays away and rolls into the t-shirt. And it's not going to fray because it's t-shirt material. So you really don't have to. And I cut it to where also, to give it a little more reinforcement, maybe, you know, too, I do leave the seam. Now, not to say there won't be sometimes that I'll cut that out, because I have with the ponchos, I've cut that out, but they also have more hand issues that way, though. Oh, with just holding it? Is that what you're talking about, Lenora? I tried holding with my pinky, then up with first and second finger, but it seems too tight, so I don't use my pinky. Yes, and sometimes people don't use their pinky, too. Yes, that's right. So yeah, I agree. I agree with you, Lenora. So yeah, I've just always crocheted that way, and for me it works, and I just know that I just need to kind of give me a little bit more slack in my yarn a little bit if I'm crocheting way too tight. So yeah, you might just want to do your finger. You might just want to do the finger of just, you know, holding it back here maybe somehow and wrapping it around your finger. But I think that your pinky and stuff would maybe get crampy. Maybe then, I don't know. I would just recommend playing with the tension of just giving yourself a little more slack in your yarn as you pull a little bit extra out each time. Yeah, because I think you and I do similar. It's pretty similar to what I do because, yeah, I just wrap my pinky and then just like dip my finger is how I do mine. So it's pretty similar. I seen you moving your pinky, feeding it. Look like, yeah, basically that's kind of what it is. Yeah. So I just kind of, I'll just kind of pull some more out. Sometimes I just actually even stop and just start pulling it out a little bit. So, because sometimes sometimes it gets too tight around my pinky even. So then that's when I have to stop and be like, nope, we're stopping. We're just going to do this for a second, pull me out a little extra, and then I resume. Because honestly, it's what helped me to get control of my yarn better and stuff. Because I remember being younger, being like, oh, I don't know how I'm going to do it. Because my aunt did it different than I did. And I couldn't do it the same way as her. And she was like, no, you figure out how you need to do it. She was like, she was always about that. And so I think I just instinctually did it because I didn't have no YouTube or nothing to go by. There wasn't anybody else in my family that crocheted. Except, well, I did have my mom's sister. She does crochet too. And, I think there were a few times maybe I'd ask her some questions, but she's left-handed. So she's another left-handed crocheter. I'm not left-handed, I'm right. But she's a good crocheter too. I don't know if she really does much anymore or not. Oh, I'm getting spam calls. Most of the time I'll pull out about 5 feet and race to see how fast I can do it. Oh, I've probably done that before too. Travis, I've probably honestly done that before too. Hey Ronan, how are you? My aunt was left-handed and she learned from a right-handed person. Her stuff looked so weird. Oh no. And I can't remember if my aunt, if she did go ahead and crochet left-handed or right-handed. I don't remember now. I haven't seen her crochet in so long, I don't remember if she could crochet right-handed though. Yeah, it just looks different, because, if you're right-handed, it's just different. And even how some right or left-handed people will write sometimes. I don't know how they do it, with the way they hold their hand and stuff sometimes, because I've had some friends that are left-handed, they have their hand like turned all the way around, like almost. It's kind of funny because it's like they're left-handed, but they're trying to write right-handed. So it's kind of, and I think it's just the way they learn or just the best way for them to learn, maybe. I don't know. And Gray, we really thought he was going to be left-handed, but he's using his right hand, but he could be ambidextrous. I don't know. Because we were kind of all thinking, okay, what's it gonna be? Which way is he gonna go? But Seems to be he's going to be a righty. Okay, I'm taking a nap or getting to moving. If Mango comes in, ask if the blanket is done yet. Okay, we're on it, Travis. We know a person who crocheted a refrigerator and all the little food stuff in it. Oh, cute. Have a great day, everyone. Woo, tight yarn. You have a good nap, Travis. Or a good fishing day, whichever one you end up doing. We will see you later. Thanks for hanging out. Oh, I feel like I got something in my eye. I guess I'll bother him. Right, take a nap too. I have to go look up how involved it'll be to replace an iPad screen. Oh boy, yeah. I've not ever had to do anything with that. And I don't have an iPad though, the kids do. They're all about the Apple products and stuff. At least Seth is up north. That's what they all have. It's a side hustle. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. So you actually do that. So, hey, I guess if we ever have a problem, I can always maybe send something to you if we had to. I thought maybe you were having to get one replaced yourself. Yeah, I don't know the first thing about any of that. And I just noticed this little emblem on this shoulder, on this is crooked. It's going this way. I don't know why. Unless it's just the way it lays and it's purposely done that way. Down a little bit. Yeah, we got it laid out here now. I'm trying to decide if I like the gray in there though, or if the green would look better. I don't know, really either way is going to look fine. I just thought incorporating some of the gray, since the sleeves are gray, I think I'm going to leave it. I think it's not going to bother me to do it either way, so I think I'm just going to leave it. And I wish I had sewing machine needle strong enough to go through and ask me how I know that I don't. That I could just sew it with machine, but I'm not going to be able to because I don't have a sewing needle in my machine strong enough to do that. So I'll just do it by hand. But I think I'm going to keep this square. And I think it's going to be pretty. I'm moving it over to be on the very edge right here because I feel like it's going to be too close to my arm over here. So I'm moving it just over here and moving it down a little bit. But I'm going to pin it in place and put it on the mannequin to make sure, though, that it's going to look right, you know? So I'm just going to get my ends that I've already gotten sewn in. And try not to cut anything else. Okay. See you later, Cindy. Thanks for hanging out for a while. You know, since it's not so hot, it's decent napping weather. Okay, now get my needles. You are leaving now? Okay, be careful. We're going riding. One of his buddies is getting married here in a few weeks, so they've had a couple of different days where they've been going and doing stuff, or a couple of different weekends. So I think there's been some weekends. Oh, what did you just do, Johnna Lee Clark? See what I say? I was going to clip something. And I did. So guess what we're doing? Good thing I didn't go ahead and put that in. See, I just said, be careful and don't knit. And these Fiskars are so good that, I mean, you barely, if you just barely, and that's what I did. Yes. I nipped that gray, so maybe it's that I'm supposed to use the green. Because I was leaning towards, yeah, the green would look kind of pretty probably against that pink. But it's like, but I can live with the gray because I want it to be kind of, you know, to incorporate the gray. So, anyway. I'm just going to have to, you know, I'll just do the green. I'm going to do the green. I'll do the green. Worst things have happened, right? At least I didn't have a big old honking blanket started or finished, and then I ended up nipping the star, you know, in the center or something. That would have been real bad. And please, Lord, please don't let me do that ever in the future either. Oh boy. Hey, real life content. Huh? Oh, come on. I didn't even have you tied in that. Well, yeah, I did. You too, Mark. Thanks for hanging out. Okay, got that out. Ah, jeez. Yep. Oh gosh. Okay, I'm gonna do the green. I'm gonna put the green in here. See what it looks like. Well, good, Mark. We look forward to seeing you again. That's why I have small scissors. Not that it won't happen. It just lessens my chances of doing it. Well, you know, I used to always have my little bitty Dollar Tree ones. And then I had these out, and I thought I'm just going to keep them out, and I'll just leave my Dollar Tree ones for, you know, put in my go bag. Well, I don't even grab those anymore. I just always grab my Fiskars. So, something's telling me I need to grab out my little red Dollar Tree ones again. Here we go again. You're right. Here we go again. And now I'm getting all tangled up in the yarn. Okay, we're going to go back. We're not doing that. I thought I paid attention and got the center pull that time. I did not. Okay, we got center pull now. Okay. Hey, Ronnie. Oh, good, Mark. Oh, well, happy early birthday, Ronnie. There's a lot of September birthdays, it seems. A lot of September birthdays over here, too. Well, hello, Randy. You'll get new filming stuff? Oh, that'll be exciting, Ronnie. How you doing, Randy? Okay. Hiding under my blue. Selfie stick and gooseneck for watching stuff. Oh, awesome. Okay, I think I do like the green better, and I figure I would. I figured I would. So you know what? The Lord just made that happen. Probably it was probably meant to be. There was a reason. There was a reason. I'll take it. And it's because I do. I think I do like it better with the green. I just got done working at the Little Italy Festival in Clinton. Oh, awesome. Was there a big turnout? The tripod has body tracking? No app. Interesting. I am not up on all this newfangled stuff. I'm pretty old school. If you guys saw my setup from even back early in the day, nothing fancy over here. Nothing fancy. I have a nice camera and stuff, but I still have not got it out to do any of my filming. It's always been on my phone. Occasionally I've done it through my laptop, but not very often. And now my setup is just my gigantic dining room table, and my tripod sitting on it with my phone. I think all the stuff's cool. I just would be lost using it. My goodness, I wish I could do it and do it fast. Hey, Barbara. You could. You could do it. My work has a tent there, so it was a little busy, but I guess this weekend will be horrendous busy. Oh, it probably will be with the holiday. Selling homemade stuff. Oh, cool. I try, and you should see the mess I make of it. Oh no. Oh shoot. No. I want my darker. See, I told you guys I may be pulling this out about 20 times before it gets done. Well, you know, Barbara, everyone starts somewhere, you know? It's just one of those things you just trial and error sometimes and just keep trying. And I would not worry about the speed of the crochet either. That comes with practice. So, and even then, there's sometimes my fingers want to go faster than my brain. And you can, you know, be prone to some mistakes sometimes, especially if I'm sitting here talking and doing it at the same time too. Not very often, but yeah, there has been times. So, but that's everybody. We will be selling blankets, keychains, bird feeders, wine rack holders, and throw pillows. Cute, all cute stuff. Yes, the magic circle is what I use to make my granny squares with. Yes, Barbara, I did. It was one of my tops from last winter, like around Christmas time last winter, I think. Well, it was probably before Christmas. I probably made it September, October. And I hadn't sold it yet, so I claimed it. Because I'm kind of rotating some of my stuff, but there's some of these that I still have in different colors that I have a few left of that'll be at my next market. So, and then I also sell my stuff on Whatnot. Thank you, Barbara. Yeah, and some people do that. You know, it's one of those preference things, honestly. These types of tops, I think I had them at 28. I think I have some on my Whatnot in different colors. I think they're listed at 28. I don't remember. I sell my stuff on Whatnot, and it's under Clark Farms on Whatnot. Or you can email me. My email is in the description, I believe. I would look at the whatnot first though to see if there's colors in there, because I know there's one or two in there that I think would be like towards the 2X size. The one I have right now on is like an extra large. But they're made oversized. And I have all the measurements listed on all of my wearables. Now I'm at church making food for 100 people for our fellowship dinner that feeds our community. I'm so tired already. It's all good stuff, Randy. Mm-hmm. Yep, Barbara, not a problem. You have 2 ways to get a hold of me, so you can just let me know. Back had to feed the fur babies. Gotcha. I understand that. My fur baby's on the couch sleeping, I think, now. She's wore out from being outside barking at the neighbor in his own yard. It's a place that you can sell stuff, or you can do auctions, or you can put up like inventory storefront type things. It's an app that you know for your phone, and so yeah, people sell all kinds of stuff, all kinds of stuff. And you don't have to do auctions. You can just put your stuff up to sell it from there. I have done auctions, and I've, sold a few things through auction, but I've also just had, just my inventory stays up all the time. And I try very hard. It doesn't always happen, but I do try that as soon as I do get stuff made, I do try to get it up. Recently, I have not been as good at it. But because I have to take, you have to take your pictures and stuff and put in your descriptions, which usually isn't too hard. I mean, it just takes time, sitting down, taking time to do it. So, but I did just put up a bunch yesterday. Okay, I got to get back to work. Love and many blessings always. Talk again soon. Yes, Randy. Thank you. Have a great weekend. The color I'm wearing right now, I don't have enough to make one like right now, but I could probably get some more. I would just have to make sure that it's still in stock where I get my yarn at. It's like actually called teal, I think is the color is just teal. Mark, I just looked at your channel. Your work is beautiful. Yeah, I seen some, just like the pictures and stuff. Yeah, I agree. Okay. Oh, just wondering. I started my own website store. Haven't sold anything yet, but there is still hope. Yeah, you just have to give it time and word of mouth and talking about it and sharing it on your YouTube, if you have social media, but you don't want to bombard people too much, of course, but just word of mouth. And even, you know, if you wanted just to set up just a few things at a market or something, a time or two, just to get your name out there, I don't know what your thoughts are on that, or if you're able to do that or anything, I don't know. But yeah, you just have to give it time. It doesn't happen overnight. Doesn't happen overnight. You just have to be patient. Yes, enjoy the weekend, Randy. Would love to be there. Oh, it would be so much fun to be at the Little Italy, and I think different times that it would be so much fun to go, but we've not ever made it. Wish you all was here too. I am trying to get it out there. Yeah, and just keep doing it, And your friends and family and stuff, just knowing you do it, right there. And then they have friends, and friends have family and stuff like that. So I do not have one in Emerald. No, I know that for sure. I had the link on my channel. I just reopened it to run a sale. Oh, well, yeah, I'll have to go in and look. So, yeah, always be sure to leave that stuff, even whenever you do a live or if you do a video, always make sure you put all of that stuff in, for people to contact you. If you have an email and you're, feel okay with, leaving your email address so people can contact you that way. Your website, make it, do it in your comfortable zone, but especially with your web address, always make sure you put that in your description of, whenever you're doing your lives or your videos. I'm going to have to make sure and go back in my description and make sure I have everything in there, because somebody said they didn't see it in there last night, which I was pretty sure I had it in there, but it could be that I don't, but it could have gotten deleted somehow, because I know I've been in there to adjust some things here and there, because I just kind of have a basic one in there right now to try to cover kind of everything a little bit. Because then, ultimately to go back and try to put in what I talked about or did or whatever, I ultimately forget a lot of times or whatever. So, and you can put it in there to be permanent. Yes, yep. Yep, I would do that too. Yep. We are working on our goal of 300 by Labor Day. Hey, you got a goal. It's good to have goals. And I do wish you luck on that. Yay! That is awesome. So yeah, so you'll need to be setting a second goal. That is awesome. Yeah, just being consistent too, you know? Patience and being consistent. Okay. I've got this crocheted again. Oh, so it's only taken me about an hour and a half to, well, not really actually an hour and a half, but okay, so this is with the green, and I think I do like the green in it better. So I'm gonna lay it on here. Yeah, I like it. Yep. Yeah, and just being, consistent on, being, online and stuff, doing, if you do lives, if you just do videos, just be as consistent as you can be. Some people just do one a week, some people do a couple, some people do every day, every other day, you know. It's all in how you want to do it. Good deal, Mark. Yeah, you'll figure out what works for you. You'll get it figured out. I know there's been times I've been all over the place. And I think I get in a groove and then something will happen and then I have to change it. Yeah. And it does kind of mess things up, but you know what? That's okay. Sometimes you just have to find a new normal. That's kind of where I'm at right now. And that's not always a bad thing. Okay, we're not nipping any other strings except the ones that we need to nip. I said that very loudly for myself. So I made sure I heard myself. Oh, goodness. I have to do a tutorial on the pattern we made for a group called Boggy Creek here in Florida for kids that are sick and go to camp. They all get a blanket to take with them when they leave. Oh, that's awesome, Mark. And they're called Boggy Creek. Oh, that is pretty awesome. The name of the foundation is Camp Boggy Creek. Okay. Well, that is pretty awesome. I wrote their name down. Because I do make blankets, and I mean I make smaller blankets, even like infant blankets and stuff like that, because we do have a local home shelter type thing that they actually converted a nursing home into apartments for expectant mothers, and even once they have their babies they can live there for a certain amount of time, and they help them find jobs, they help them find housing, they help them like get clothing and stuff, like work attire. I mean, there's so many services that they offer. And I will, I have donated there before too. I haven't recently, it's been a little while since I have, and I need to actually go through my blankets. So yeah, I mean, if you're ever in need, if there's a time that you guys are ever in need, I would be interested in if you take outside people to help with that. I would be interested. And I know it costs money to ship, but if I could ship a few at a time or whatever, and I'm open to that. I have made 4 blankets so far, and members of my Facebook group are making them also from our group. Awesome. The perfect size they requested is 40 by 40 square to fit on the bunks. Oh yeah, because there's some of my, in like my corner to corners that I made, some of those even, they're a 40 by 40. So that's right around the size that I had been making on some of mine even. And I was just getting ready, that was in my head to ask you if there was something that they, if there was a size that they kind of request. So 40 by 40 doesn't take too awful long to make even. It can be 35 by 35, yeah, because I have some of those too. That's pretty cool. Now, does this Boggy Creek have their own website, Facebook page? And if you mentioned that, I missed it, possibly. On Wednesday nights, they have an unboxing on YouTube. This week, they had over 80 blankets they showed. Oh, wow. That's amazing. Yeah, because in some places, they really have a hard time getting people, you know, and so then you only have like very few people, a handful of people that are trying to supply blankets, you know. So it sounds like you've had some success in your area with finding people. Boggy Blanket Brigade. I like that. Okay, hang on a second. I'm going to be right back. Okay, I'm back. Seeing where the hubs was at. He hadn't been in for a little bit, so I was like, okay, he may just still be sitting outside. Sitting outside talking on the phone. Wednesday night it's going to be at She's Got Yarn 2 at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. Luna. Come here and let mommy take your necklace off. Come here. Come here. Sit. Good girl. Well, maybe I did walk it. I didn't think I did. Other side. Yeah, it's probably kind of hot. Is it hot on you? I'll lay it there for now. Hello again, Ronnie. Do I need to turn the attic fan up? Do I need to put it on high? You getting hot? Feels pretty good in here. I will be up on the panel in a couple of weeks to unveil the pattern that we designed for them. It's going to be a free pattern that anyone can make on their own. Oh, that'll be awesome, Mark. You have all kinds of good stuff going on over there. Yes, and I will just have to keep checking in, watching for notifications. Thank you are one in a million. Looking forward to when you come on. Well, thank you. I appreciate it, Mark, and you're welcome. Well, you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Hopefully, you have something planned fun. So, we will talk again soon. And thanks for hanging out. And thanks for sharing about the Boggy Brigade, the Blanket Brigade. I just think that is awesome. So, I'm going to look into it. And yeah. And you take care as well, too, Mark, and enjoy all your crocheting. And we'll talk again soon. What's it getting to be? Oh, I probably better get off of here myself. It's getting close to 4 o'clock my time. So I need to get some stuff done around here too before we leave. Just get stuff kind of straightened up. And yeah, I need to call my mom real quick too. So yeah, I'm going back and crocheting on the sleeve again to get it right, because I think I was putting too many stitches in somehow. I don't know what I did. I don't know what I did wrong. But I had the same little clusters. I did 20, but somehow I was getting too many, like on my first row or my next row after that where I was doing the half doubles. So anyway, I think I might be back on track. So got that to finish up, and I need to get me some more gray to do that. So I think I'm gonna go for now. We're almost at 2 hours. So again, got this pocket done to actually be put on the front of this shirt that I'm doing. This is the back of it again for ones that weren't here. And this is the sleeve, the first sleeve that I've gotten done. So I'm getting the second sleeve put on. And the pocket will actually go up here to cover where the actual emblem was there. So we'll just sew that down as a pocket, and we'll be done with it and get it put up on my whatnot. So anyway, we're going to go for now. And thank you very much to every single one of you that joined me today. I appreciate you all so much and love you dearly. I hope everyone has a great Labor Day. I always want to say Memorial Day. I hope everybody has a safe and happy Labor Day weekend. I hope you're getting to do something fun or spend it with family or whoever makes up your family. So anyway, hopefully I'll see you at some point during the weekend. Not really for sure. I doubt that I'm on tomorrow. That's Saturday. Doubtful for Sunday too. So anyway, we will talk again soon. Bye. Thank you, Lenora.